Hey, ladies, what you're about to see is a conversation between me and one of my clients, Michelle. And I really loved working with her. She is early 30s, stay-at-home mom of a little girl. And she came to me knowing that she had some hypothyroidism going on, and feeling a lot of fatigue, feeling really like not present with her daughter, her husband, and with herself. And that led to just mom guilt and just kind of knowing that she wasn't living like the life that she wanted to live. She also was dealing with muscle aches, joint pain, um, struggle with losing weight, and just overall feeling really uncertain with where to go from here. By the end of our working together, which isn't really the end, but the end of our initial program, she was seeing an increase in energy and um, being able, like, less swelling, losing a little bit of weight, and just overall feeling more present with herself, more connected with her body and with her husband and her daughter, and feeling excited and confident about how she can move forward. So I would love to have you in the Energy and Hormone Reset. This is my program where she and I worked one-on-one. I also have group program options. So reach out to me if you want to book a discovery call and see if this is a good fit for you, and I'll hand it off to her. Hey, Michelle, thanks for joining
Hi.
me.
Yeah.
So really quick before we get started, I would love to just hear tell the people who you are, what you do, just a few details about yourself.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, I'm Michelle and I um live in Oregon and I am a mom to a little 2-year-old girl. She's amazing and I love her. And I was married back in 2021. Um so I'm at home with her and it's good. Mom life is good. It's crazy. It's a ride, but it's wonderful as well.
Awesome. Yeah. So, what was going on with you and your health before we started working together?
Yeah, so after I had my daughter, probably like 5 or 6 months after, yeah, about 6 months after I had her, um, I was diagnosed with hypothyroidism, and it runs in my family, so it wasn't like a huge surprise. Um, so I was put on levothyroxine and um didn't like I had my labs tested like a few months after everything was had leveled out, but I still did not feel very good. So I was just still like really tired and having joint pain and just overall just not feeling myself really. And so, I mean, it was still like, I'm still postpartum. I just had a baby and trying to like see if things would just kind of level out. But it just time continued to pass and I just kept feeling not very good. And I'd go to my doctor and I'd ask her like or tell her this is what I'm going through. Can I have the labs tested again? If I need to go up a dose, and everything still came back normal. And so I was just really confused and really frustrated because I felt like I don't feel good. Like I want to feel better, but I'm not getting any answers from my doctor. Um and so I started researching, doing my own like deep dive into um hypothyroidism and metabolism and like, oh yeah, and I can lose weight. It just was like not coming off even though I had no problems before losing weight. And so I was trying like start counting calories and trying to really focus on like what I was eating. And then I was looking into intermittent fasting and I was looking at social media profiles and articles and like, okay, try this, and this. And it just was like so overwhelming and I felt so discouraged because I was like, there's so many directions I could go, but I don't know what will best help me. I don't know if anything will even work. And it was just I just felt so lost and overwhelmed. And so that's when I came across your post popped up on my feed, because I've known you previously. In a brief moment, our lives crossed, and um, so I was like, "Oh, she was cool. I liked her." So I knew you. I respected you. And so I reached out and I just mentioned like, "Hey, tell me what you're doing," and I just felt really good about what you were doing and what you were like teaching and what you were posting, and it just kind of resonated with me. And so I we met and we talked and decided to move forward, and it's been really really helpful. And I'm just so grateful because it really has given me such a direction. So I'm so grateful.
Awesome. Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
So you were having these symptoms, fatigue, that wouldn't quit, weight gain, or like just kind of stuck, despite like dieting and everything, and like emotionally just felt really like overwhelmed and confused at where to go forward.
Mhm.
And um, anything else like you would add, like how did that affect your life? Uh,
Yeah, I just felt really down about it and so tired, like sleepy. Like I'd wake up and I try to be, like, okay, I'm up with my daughter, and I just fall right back asleep if I was on the couch. And I'd have so much mom guilt because of that. And I just wasn't really feeling present with her. And that leads, that's a domino effect of everything else in my life, and as a spouse and as a friend and all those things. It was like, I just want to feel like I like back to myself. I just want to feel better. And it really does bleed into other aspects of life.
yeah. Oh, okay. So how are you feeling now? Like what have the changes been?
Yeah. First I noticed acid reflux was another thing that I've struggled with for a while. But starting to implement these new habits and lifestyle changes, that was one of the first things that got better. And I stopped needing to take Pepsid AC every day. Um, and, and so that was just like huge relief. And then joint pain started to get a lot better. And so I was waking up and my toes didn't hurt anymore. I was like, this is so cool. Cause it was just like, oh, it just like weighed me down. Like I was like, why am I in pain? Like this is not how I want to live. And so that got really better, and like my muscle aches and things. Those were like some of the first things that I noticed that changed. But yeah, definitely have more energy, and like I'm not falling asleep anymore. Like sometimes I still do, but overall, like I feel like I'm more present, I'm more interested in engaging with my daughter and my husband. And um, I think the biggest thing is just feeling more confident and uh, with my ability to um, take the reins of my health and have the skills and the knowledge to know how to feel better. Like if I um, am not feeling great, I can like listen to my body. Okay, what have I not done today or the last couple of days, um, and being able to get back on track and to um, you know increase my veggie count and protein and movement. And so I think just having that skill set now, um, and it's still a work in progress, of course, and it's still this practice that I'm building, but just the confidence that I have now and not feeling so overwhelmed or lost. I have more of a direction, and um, so it's really empowering. I feel a lot more empowered, which I'm so grateful for because it was just again just very lost and overwhelmed before. So
Thank you so much for sharing that. Yeah, I think, in your exit form, like that was the thing that like had the greatest jump. It was like your self-efficacy and feeling of confidence of where to go next or how to help yourself went from like a 3 to a 9, where you're like,
yeah.
I know the next steps. And,
Mhm.
that's like for the rest of your life, like,
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
um,
It's like, okay, I know what to do. And it works. Like I've seen it. Like, okay, I feel better. Like it's just yeah, it's amazing how those little things can really make a difference.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's absolutely a practice that,
Mhm.
to keep coming back to those things. But I'm so proud of you for that. And
Thanks.
my next question is like, what is the ripple effect of you being in less pain and, f like less swelling and more energy and feeling more capable of improving your health?
For sure. Um, yeah, I think just again being present, being able to be more present for my family, and as far as well as just like a member of the community and as a friend. I think because there's and it's this is still like I still get worried about my health, but the fact that I have a plan and the fact that I am able to move forward with more confidence frees up my brain from that worry. And so I can really focus on doing the things that I want to do, or even just allowing for this space and time to prioritize those things. Um, so that I can take care of myself and I can rest if it's like spending time on something that I really enjoy, if it's exercising, and understanding how that is going to help me be a better mom and a better spouse, and just having that knowledge and that um, yeah, just that priority in my health. I think along with that is just the relationship with my body. Um, and I don't know if this is going off of what you're asking, the relationship with my body and how that's shifted and how it's more of a um, I've mentioned this before with you, but like when you think about having a relationship with your body, I think like my initial thoughts have been like, okay, like body image, but how it goes so much deeper than that, and how it's a lot more to do with like what does my body need and how can I meet those needs, and building that relationship of trust. And so yeah, having so those changes that I've made and those mindset shifts have led to a more positive um, relationship with myself and with my body and with my mind. And it's um, yeah, it's just been a really the growth that I've seen in that area specifically has been really, really neat for me. And really can just like the domino effect of not feeling well. It's exact opposite, like domino effect of feeling well and feeling confident and feeling empowered. Really, it can transfer so much into day to day life with my daughter and my husband and the community and whatnot. So it's all, yeah, all bleeds into it's holistic, you know. So
Exactly. It's
yeah,
everything.
it really is. It really is, yeah.
Dealing with solo parenting and children
Um,
coming up dead. And it's fine. Um, well, I love hearing that. And I do like, I, with many clients, I feel like they're like, oh, like it's all connected. Like how I feel and what I believe about my body and myself, like are like this. And so that's why we like start with self-compassion, right? And
mhm.
practice it the whole time and just yeah, that partnership with the body. And because I think and maybe it wasn't exactly like this for you, maybe it was, but I think we feel like our body is betraying us and like it's this
Yeah.
problem to be solved and we're just like so mad at it every time we, wake
Yeah.
up in pain or don't get pregnant or whatever the thing is.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. And I think that has been it's been a connection for me of realizing that I do that, that I've been doing that, that I've been frustrated with my body and mad at my body and not feeling safe in my body. And again, this is still a practice that I still working on and will continue to work on, but awareness is power, right? So understanding that I do that and then understanding that my body will serve me like you've mentioned that it works to my good and being able to give it what it needs, building that relationship of trust and trusting my body if I give it what it needs, then it trusts me, knowing that I do that and shifting, having that mindset shift is more of a self-compassion, self-love. Like I love my body, giving myself a hug, like you're doing so much for me and being grateful for everything it's doing for me. And it's just this slow shift into instead of safety, of feeling safe. Like we've talked about. It's if your body doesn't feel safe, it is less likely to heal. So your body, you've said it a lot better than 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 that.
Yes. Yeah. I think you said it well. I mean, like I think the words I said, which I read somewhere, but when we're constantly looking at what's wrong, then we're always affirming to our body that it's broken.
Yeah.
And so, you know, rather than like listening to what it's asking for
Yeah.
and and everything you said, I don't need to repeat any more than that, but just that
But
sentiment. And before I move on from this ripple effect question, like
mhm.
how do you feel like you doing this program now will impact your daughter in her life?
Well, it's cool because like even just yesterday, I was um she wanted to have a snack and she loves to have snacks with me. And so I can't even remember what I gave her, but we sat on the floor and I grabbed my bag of carrots and I was just eating the carrots and she was like, "Can I have one?" And so I was like, "Absolutely." And so I think just like and she asked for carrots today without me even getting them out. Like I think just like the example and showing her the types of foods that I eat and I'm nowhere near perfect, of course, but just showing her like this is what I'm cutting up a cucumber and here have a cucumber, like it's that example of oh that's what mom is eating, I want some too, like and just prioritizing that and having her see that I think will, kids are so impressionable and absorbent, and so I think just the action of doing the things that my body needs will show her that it is important and that and to also prioritize that. Of course, she's young and who knows after she gets a little bit older and wants to make her own choices and not like mom. But I think building that foundation is huge. So it's fun to see how it's already affecting her. It's been fun for sure.
Yeah.
Hmm.
All right. Well, I love hearing all of that, of course. Just briefly, were there any um what was the process like for you? Obviously we can't condense like 6 whole months,
Yeah.
in one sentence, but
Yeah.
what were some of the biggest like leverage points that made a difference in how you're
Yeah,
feeling?
for sure. So I loved meeting with you on our sessions. I think um, being able to like discuss one on one, um, discuss the things that were bothering me or the setbacks I was having, um, and just like the anxiety that I'd have about certain things, working with somebody instead of just like reading an article or um, finding things on my own and like taking a shot in the dark. I was really able to just like take a step back and just kind of talking. with you, and you're so knowledgeable and so insightful and such a good listener. Um, really helped quiet the noise and being able to really, it's like a personalized journey for me. And so just having that was huge. I think another thing that you were really good, excuse me, you're really good at coaching me on was just the process of changing habit. And there are ways that you can do that effectively, or I've been able to do more effectively because of your coaching. Things like, okay, what's the friction with this habit? Why is it kind of difficult? And being able to come up with solutions to make that process smoother. I think the biggest, like one of the bigger like light bulb moments was with exercise, and that whole discussion with you of, okay, how can we make this like easier for me to do, and what is the friction and what do those mean, and what are some solutions we can make this smoother for me. And it was just like, it was a shift, a total shift of, instead of exercising to like lose weight or even just be healthier, or I should, it's a good thing to do. There was a shift to, I love this. I love moving. And that's how I used to be. And I've kind of lost that. I had kind of lost that, but regaining that love for exercising and movement, um, and that shift of like that habit change was um, due to that discussion and that um, solution finding and that coaching. And so that was really cool for me and so helpful for me because that has also made a huge difference. And then sleep was another thing that we went through, and like how I can get better sleep and go to bed earlier, which I'm still working on. It is a struggle, but like those solutions that we came up with have helped me like connect better with my husband and have just better quality days in general. And so it just has also dominoed into just a better, more fulfilled life, um, as well as changing habits and practicing those lifestyle changes.
Awesome. I love hearing those. And, those are like really memorable sessions for me as well, like
Mhm.
helping just ask the right questions and helping you figure it out, on your own too. So, um, yeah, I mean, there's so many things that we changed and we did and we learned, throughout our process that we couldn't totally summarize. But before we go, like before you decided to sign up, what hesitations or concerns did you have?
Yeah.
Was there any reason that you almost didn't do it?
Mhm. So I think the biggest thing for me was just the money aspect. Um, and it was like it's a 6 month program for me, and I wasn't sure, like, you can't see the ultimate, resolution. Um, and so it was like a worry of, okay, spending this much money on something that I don't know if it'll work or not. Um, and so it was like a discussion with my husband, and really kind of reflecting on what brought me to you and what was going on in my with my health, and how I was just seeking for answers. And um, something you said actually in an Instagram post, I don't know if it was a story or what, but you mentioned how something like, I'm here to hold your hand and help you through this journey. I was like, well, that's what I want. Like, I feel like I need someone to kind of hold my hand and just kind of work through um, my concerns and really help me one on one figure out what's going on. So I think my desire to find solutions, and because I knew who you were, like there's other people out there too that would have a similar mantra, or they come up in my feed, but I was just kind of hesitant to even like go there because I knew you and because um, I respected you and I felt like um, just a connection with you that I felt good to move forward. Ultimately, because I was seeking answers and I really felt a lot of hope that what you had to offer could help me. And so I just put my trust in that, um and it's been so great, and I'm so grateful that I did, um because it really has been life changing. So
Well, I'm really glad that you took that leap of faith and took a chance on me. Like we had a class in college together and lived in like the same
yeah,
apartment complex. And yeah.
yeah, we
And
did.
but when you're Facebook friends with someone 15 years later, you
Yeah,
know, it ends up working out for you.
yeah, I know, who would have thought? Right.
Yes. Yeah, you know, I'm really glad that you decided that the money was like worth it. So, you know, the last question is, would you recommend other women working with me? And if so, why?
Yeah, for sure, 100%. um you are so, I mentioned this in the questionnaire, I just feel like you were such a good listener. You're good at active listening and you seek for understanding, and I just felt so seen by you and so heard and listened to, which I wasn't really getting with my doctor. And so being able to be seen and be heard is huge. And then I think just your insight and your knowledge and your compassion for my journey and my experiences, um like that goes a long way. So like it's a safe place to make those changes, you know, because I know you have my back, and you care. And so being able to feel like, okay, I'm comfortable making these changes and I'm capable of making these changes, and you're super encouraging. Um, and these changes have helped me so much. And um, so, yeah, for sure, I would definitely recommend anybody who's seeking for answers or needing someone to hold their hand, just like me, like just to go through the journey. And I think it's gonna be different for everybody. Like my journey is not the same as another person's, and so it's not a cookie cutter thing. And that's what's so cool about it. It's personalized. It's like, okay, these are my struggles. This is what are these are my roadblocks, and how can we figure out how to get me to where a better place than where I am now. Um, so yeah, it's been really, really, again, I just feel so grateful. So I think I've said that a few times. I'm just really grateful, because it's like for my whole life, like I have this knowledge and these skills and um, this empowered capability to move forward, and I have that for my life. So it's awesome. It's really, really cool.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm really grateful for you and I'm honored to be part of your journey so far and, you know, moving forward, supporting you and however you need that. And um yeah, like just when I meditate on like trying to attract more of
Mhm.
my dream client, like I'm listing out like all the things that you are. Like you're like
Oh,
trust
you're so
me and you're
sweet.
open and vulnerable and like you have this faith and you like keep trying and even when it's hard and you're just like you're just you're just great. You know, like yeah, I enjoy chatting with you like as a friend
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well, you know, it's like it's enjoyable both ways. So I'm
Mhm.
attracting more women like you know, that need my help that we can benefit each other because I was telling somebody on a discovery call today, I'm like, it really like obviously, yes, like I'm working, like this is a job, like I want to make money, of course, but like
Of course.
to like set women free from like what you're feeling before, just like trapped and overwhelmed, to like
Mhm.
completely capable of having a better life, like that's a dream come true for me too, you know, because I think that I believe that women have so much to offer. And because of a lot of things in the system, like where that's stifled. And the more women that can feel better, whether they're working with
Mhm.
me or somebody else like me, you know, the better. So
Yeah. Yeah.
thank
Thank
you.
you. Yeah, it's very, very kind of you. Appreciate that.
Yes. Thank you for sharing all of it. And thank you for chatting with me tonight. And um, thanks for my viewers watching this. You know, please reach out, book a call with me if you want to see if this is a good fit for you and how it might look for you. Could be like Michelle.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
All right.
100%. Great.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much,
Kate.
Michelle.